We're having a meeting now, and we have to decide whether to go through a bill in Congress, or if we should go to the Supreme Court. And it's really a hard decision to make. Right now, as we sit, a senator from Texas named Senator Paul introduced a bill in Congress. It's called 3037, H.R. 3037, and that legalizes hemp in America. So it passed through committee, and it's waiting to be called on for a vote right now. And that's really good. I really support hemp in any way, in any form. But this bill totally leaves the Lakota, all indigenous peoples, out of the whole issue. So we have to draft our own bill, I guess, to take it through Congress. But you know, there's a lot of things that we need to come to understanding on. And right now, I'm standing right in the middle of Lakota territory. And I'd just love to stand up here and speak in Lakota to all of you. You know, our language is really a gentle language. It's a feminine language. And there's no way you can use harsh words. And the English language, it's really tough. It's really coarse. It's really brutal. One of the things is, I was just sitting outside on the lawn with a couple gals earlier. I can't remember who they were. And I was just talking to them, and I was explaining our culture. And one of the words we use in our language with earth is manka. If anybody here understands our language, manka means dirt. And in the English word, I looked up in a dictionary, and the word for dirt is called soil, agriculture. It has all these different words in it. But in Lakota, the way we use the word for dirt is manka. Ma is my sense of being, and ka is used to be. My sense of being that used to be. That's our literal interpretation for the dirt. And so what it is, when you go out here and you walk on this little lawn, chances are you're walking on one of your ancestors that passed away millions of years ago, because we've been here for millions of years. Don't believe in the Bible. It says we're only here a couple thousand years. That's not true. We've been here millions of years. So you take the word for dirt in the English language, and you take the word in Lakota, ours makes more sense. And so I want everybody in this room, I want all of you to start learning Lakota. And if I have my way in 10 years, it's going to be a law that you have to speak our language if you're going to stay within our treaty territory. And this is what we're pursuing. You know, this year, we had contact for 200 years. And so for 200 years, we've been sitting on the reservation. We're put on this little chunk of land. It's like an arid desert. And so we sit there watching the outside world just totally damage the air. They just totally damage the water. It totally damage everything that's good. So the Lakota, the elders, are getting mad now. So we want to get back our treaty territory. And we want to bring back natural things. No more plastics, no more things from the outside that's not good for us. So I'd like to ask everybody just to support us on that. Usually the reaction is when we talk about our treaty is, well, my grandpa came here, he spilled blood, and he bought this land, and he owns it. But that's not true. We were here a long time ago, and they showed a video about our family called Standing Silent Nation. It's coming out nationwide in July. And if you watch that video, there's really a strong Western thought, Western feelings. And totally, when we talk, we're totally opposite of that. You'll pick that up on the video. But I'd just like to ask everybody, you know, we have this problem. Let's deal with it. Let's all get together. Let's be friends with each other. I've known Bob for quite a while, many years. I know Vicky, I know Kathy. I'm really glad they came, because I don't want to be the only elderly person here, you know. But we, you know, just in talking, the change that I've noticed here in the Rapid City area for the last 10 years, it's sort of changing now. I'm not really mistreated like I used to be. So I really like the way things are going now. We have to just keep pushing this. A lot of our ceremonies were designed for this area. A lot of our rituals can help people just be happy. One of the things as Lakota I'm striving to do in my life is I'm striving to be a common man. That's my goal. When you grow up and you start your life pattern, you strive to live to become a common person someday. And I'm almost there. And to be Lakota and to be common means you already did everything, you built your home, you provided for your family, you're alright, you've done everything. So now you can go and sit down on the grass with anybody, you can converse with everybody. So to be common is a complete cycle, and I'm almost there. But in the English way, if you're common, that means you're poor and you're dumb and you're probably divorced and all these other things, you know. But there's a lot of different concepts in our culture and our language, and we want to share these. Lately, the last few years, I've been taking people into my ceremonial lodge, and I'm honored to do that. And I'm honored to be friends with the Washington people. The Washington means that's the American people, our description of Washington. You know, you're all here, you need to know what we call you. If I could ask everybody to say, Washington. Washington, yeah. That's our description of the white man, how we call them. And we also have a name for black people, we call them Hastapa. And that's our description for them. And to us, we're not Kota, we're not Sioux like they say. But I guess I'm tired of talking about myself. I'm going to talk a little bit about hemp here. My first 5 years of my growing hemp, we were faced with jail time. And it was really an excruciating time. And every time I see that video, it brings up those old feelings. And the other thing that really, I guess, hurt us was everybody supports hemp. I'm really glad. You know, all these young people here got hemp bags, and I don't know what they got in those little hemp bags. They got hemp purses and hemp shirts and hemp. I think somebody put on hemp shoes today. And to me, that's really great. And just like my grandson said, when you talk about hemp, don't talk about it as the alternative, because it's not the alternative. Just like he said, it's the solution. Hemp is the solution to replace plastic, replace everything. And we all know that. It's too bad those people who didn't come here, they don't know that. So we're going to have to go out there and educate them in some way. You know, the Pine Ridge Reservation was a desert. That's where I live. I live in a forest community, in the forest district, in the forest county in the United States. That's where I'm from. But you know, I'm not really poor. I'm really wealthy. I raise buffaloes, I raise horses. Yesterday I heard an antelope ran by my house. I feel like I'm a millionaire. I mean, I don't have no cash, but I live really good. And but one thing that we found was 2 years ago, 2 government officials came to my office, at the office of the tribal president, and they wanted to buy this mineral that we have on the reservation. And this mineral grows in 3 places around the world. On the Pine Ridge Reservation, it grows in Colorado and New Zealand. So they've done a test on this mineral, and they found out that it's the only mineral that can hold nuclear waste. But the mineral, the zeolite, is what I'm talking about. Maybe some of you heard about this. Well, the zeolite that's in New Zealand was only like 18% pure zeolite. The ones that's in Colorado is about 32%. The zeolite that we're living on our desert is 100% pure zeolite. So after 200 years of conquest, domination, murder, theft, we have the solution for nuclear waste. And these 2 guys, they made an offer to buy that from us, from the Oglala. And they said they was going to offer us $7 a ton. And I said, oh no, that don't sound right to me. And I said, well, we can go up to 12, you know, $12 a ton. And a ton is just, you know, half a pickup load. So I was kind of scratching my head and pretending like I didn't know what it was all about. So I looked at the 2 and I smiled and I said, no, we want $500 a ton. And don't talk to me about this no more. And so they stood there, they made some cheap talk, and pretty soon they left. But it appears, in the end, our culture is coming back, our language is coming back, and we have many solutions. Because we did grow hemp, because we have the sovereign authority to do it. Even the President of the United States, if you ask him, he would say, yeah, we gave them sovereignty. That's what he's going to say. And it's just dumb, you know, because you can't give nobody sovereignty. But you guys get a chance, watch our video, you'll know what I'm talking about. But right now, I'm just happy to be amongst all of you young people, and I was young ones too. And when I was young, we had 2 problems. We had marijuana and we had LSD. That was my generation. And of course, that's not really a problem. Because LSD is used in London to treat post-traumatic stress disorder. And marijuana is used in Spain to treat post-traumatic stress disorder. And the Jewish people in Israel use marijuana for that as well. So you young kids that are going to college, you better hurry up, get in Congress, and hurry up, become president so we can be changing these things and be like every other country in the world. But I'm here today, and I just want to thank Jeremy, like I said, and Jeremy's really a good man. I really like him. He's a young man, and I kind of call him like my nephew. You know, he's young like my nephew, and but once I call him nephew, he's got to be careful because I cuss my nephews out some awful when they step out of line, you know. But Jeremy's been real instrumental, and Bob, when I'm standing alone.